Good morning. This is the first relatively sunny day we've had in a long time, and I am very happy for it. So, I didn't quite get very much done yesterday, basically about 10 minutes after I stopped filming. It became pitch black outside, so something about using a draw knife in the dark and I can't see in front of my face, probably not a smart idea. But I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna get set up so that she has a spot to wiggle. Got a fresh week with a fresh batch of orders, but I'm going to do that this evening. Right now, I'm gonna start working on this. And we moved it to the lawn because I realized debarking and dropping all that stuff onto my driveway probably wasn't a smart idea. So, drop it on the lawn, it can just sit there and rot and decompose and all that fun stuff. So, let's get this all set up for her. Very sleepy. They're all cozied up in her little throne while I work outside. Well, today the roles are reversed. She gets to be in the workshop, and I get to play outside. So, I need to use the draw knife again. I got quite a bit done on it yesterday, considering the light died basically minutes after I started filming. So, alright, I get set up. Should be easier now that I can actually see what I'm doing. So this guy there, little guy there, is part of the reason why you need to remove the bark. So otherwise these guys get under the bark, they're protected by the bark, and they slowly chew away at the log. I mean, ultimately it's still an untreated cedar post that I'll be sinking in the ground. So, but at least without the bark, they'll have a hard time being protected. The log will be able to dry out easier, so it won't be as enticing to the little vermin. Apparently I have very Canadian sound effects today. Got the bark off of most of this. Now, as I said, two of them need to have one flat side, and 6 of them need to actually have like a corner, actually right angle corner. There's a few different ways you can do this. You can do it with a chainsaw, you can do it with a bandsaw. A lot of times a big bandsaw would be really useful. I don't have that. I do have a chainsaw, I do have a few other things, but one of the techniques I'm going to try out first is just simply planing it. So this is not necessarily the most accurate way of doing this, partly because unless you keep the plane straight or flat, if it starts to twist or curve or something like that, which, I mean, you're trying to flatten one side of a curved log, so it could very easily do that, then you can get a kind of a twisted side. But this is a little bit of a pseudo rustic-y kind of greenhouse for one thing. And for the most part, I'm gonna get one flat side. This is a flat side one. I'm gonna get one flat side, and then when I go to do the ones where I need an actual corner, I'm going to try out a different technique. But first, I'm gonna try out this. I think this will work just fine for what I need it to do. I just need reasonably flat so that when I go to install the cladding and the windows on the outside, I have reasonably flat side to go off of. It's a little hard to see, but that actually is pretty flat, side to side this way. But the length of the board, there's a dip in the middle. So, in order to fix that, I can go up here and grab a board that I know is reasonably straight, this dimensional lumber. We're going to mark out where the dip is so that I can plane the other spots a little bit better. Try to get it flat from one side to the other. That kind of shows it better. You can see kind of in the middle here, there's a gap. Unfortunately, my straight edge board doesn't run the entire length of the log, but I kind of mark it so from about here over and about there over, to plane that down some more until that log is, or that board is touching the log the entire length. Say that's pretty good. Again, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And I managed to keep it relatively flat as well. Alright, I'm gonna do a tiny bit more cleanup. This is a rustic greenhouse, but at the same time I still want it to be a little bit nicer than this. So I'm gonna knock off some of these pieces here, some of the knots, clean out the bark just a little bit more. Probably just take like 80 grit sandpaper just to take the last little bit of the brown bark off it. We dropped the monkey again. We're dropping the monkey a lot today. That's it. One. So all of the knots have been knocked off of it. It is flat down one side. So I have to do that 7 more times, and then extra step on 6 of them. So, but I'm going to turn off the camera because this process definitely goes a whole lot faster and I'm not trying to stop and film. So I'm just going to do this 7 more times. I'll be back. For anyone wondering, her hearing is just fine. She's just gonna sleep through a lot. And the fact that there's a gap between her and the noise makes a difference. Anyways. Ah! So this is what I was trying to explain. See it? Okay, well that's, the top of this part is a little bit curved, so I'll go down here and show you. But these will be, 4 of these will go as the corner posts. You can see it there. I'm leaving this, so this will be the inside, and this will be the outside surfaces. So that'll be the corner, and then 2 more on either side of the door as well. So I didn't film doing this of squaring off the 2 sides. I mean, the one side you've already seen, but squaring off the 2 sides I didn't show. I'm going to show that tomorrow. I was trying to figure out how to do it. There's a few different ways. The very first trying it out, I kind of squared off a little bit of one of the ends, the ones over here, and that involved a circular saw and a sawzall, a chainsaw. For that one, I ended up just basically going old school, and chisels and a hammer, and Dan came over trying to figure out what the hell I was doing, and came back with a sledgehammer and we finished it off. But I will show you guys how I did that later. Right now, I've got these 2, so that's where the greenhouse will be going. I go figure out what Dan's doing, get him to help me swap out the logs, and then I have to grab some food and switch modes into wood chip stuff because I got orders that I gotta get done, and this week I want to do a restock on all the trays. So wish me luck. Figure out what he's doing here. How's it going?
Good, good. Just finishing up there.
It's all fixed now.
Yeah, she's all put together.
Swapped out their last of the parts.
This little flex pipe here. For this little flex pipe here, I had to take the entire exhaust off the car. But I'm finally done. Now I gotta start it to see if it still works.
This piece. Dan was telling me earlier one of the pieces he had to cut off. So I think there's like a flex pipe on the side. You can kind of see like it's just... This car is not that old. Anyways. Whatever. Yay! It's not broken anymore. Now we just need to fix that. Again, that car is not that old. This truck is 17 years old. That car is only a few years old, so it's a little bit pathetic that that broke. Anyways, I need your help with one of the logs. Switch them out. And we're gonna bring the little one inside. I'm gonna have some food. She's probably gonna want some food when she wakes up. And then wood chip time. So that's about it. See you guys later.